Hey out there, everybody. Bernie Miller. Man, I am showcasing top producers here at the Federal Savings Bank. And man, one of my favorite OGs of TFSB. We got Javi G here today. Javi, welcome, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Killing it.
This is an honor.
All the time. I love it, man. Well, hey, tell the audience a little bit about kind of just some Javi history, right? Because, man, you've been here for forever, dude. Like, 15, 18, 20
Feels
years.
like that.
Ever since you were like 12 years old.
Well, I always get a lot of people who tease me because obviously I always tell everyone I've been in the business for a long time, 23 years. And the question is always, how the hell have you been in the business for 23 years if you're only 40 years old? So long story short, I actually got into the mortgage business at 16 years old, assisting a top producing loan officer. So that's how I actually got my foot in the door.
Love it.
Did that until the age of 19 when I decided to go ahead and officially get licensed. And after that, everything is pretty much history. My old underwriter actually ended up coming to Chicago Bancorp at the time in 2008. And yeah, I came here and started in the consumer direct division. Yep. And you actually were one of the first people that kind of tapped me on the shoulder in regards to the benefits of relationship banking, right? Which is the retail side of things. And yeah, I've been part of your team now since 2016.
Yeah, man. And now you've become a teacher also on that team because you're mentoring up a whole bunch of people. So Javi, you've done an amazing job, growing, keeping your skills like sharp and really differentiating. So can you give the audience maybe a couple of tips, things that you do really well that you think have really made a difference?
I would say keep evolving. So one of the things that I always tell everyone in life and business, whatever the case is, not only should you have a student mentality, but you should be a student that applies what you learn. Number two, have a humble mentality, right?
Love it.
So you do have to remove your ego. I would say that's easier said now than when I was in my 20s, right? So age does definitely bring you wisdom, but just know that you could always learn something from someone, and you can always apply that, to your daily life, to your business, to your faith, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely be humble, remove your ego from the equation. And third is serving. So
exactly
I had a really good mentor of mine that, I kind of call him, he's a real estate agent, right? But he's been one of my mentors for the last 10 years in regards to anytime I've ever needed anything, I kind of can go to him and just kind of like unwrap something. And he always told me, Javier, the secret to life is solving other people's problems and they will solve yours.
Right. That's it.
And that's it. Pretty simple.
Giving people what they want, right?
Absolutely.
Well, and you're a problem-solving machine. Certainly, man, you have evolved so much in your mental outlook. But even on the deal-making side, man, you have always been, just money there. So talk to us about. So you're in this platform. You've stayed in this platform at the Federal Savings Bank. Give us a couple of reasons that and ways you've been able to leverage some of the advantages of this platform to really now grow your business and your team.
You know what? Let's just start out with the 50-state platform, right? So I just finished having a consultation this morning. One of my clients, they're getting relocated. So I actually closed him in, I want to say it was 2017 when I originally closed him. He's in Los Angeles. He called me up. He's like, Javier, my property's officially under contract.
Nice.
And I'm actually going to be moving to Chicago, of all places, right?
Love it.
So that's a deal that I always say, like, if you're only licensed in one specific state or only are limited to maybe 2 or 3 states, or you maybe have a referral system that you may be working with at your current company, that's a deal that you're not going to be able to get, right? So the 50-state platform is huge. Obviously, I love social media. I like to showcase my skill set in social media.
Big time.
And that allows me to be able to market to all 50 states, right? If you're in Texas, if you're in West Virginia, if you're in Hawaii, but you're one of my followers or someone sends you one of my reels or something like that, I'm able to assist that client.
Yeah.
So that's a big ticket on its own right there. I think the fact that the bank is well positioned as well too. We have a lot of non-QM products, right?
Yep.
So just took a look at our new construction offerings. Our new construction stuff is just ridiculous compared to what some people have access to. We obviously are serving the Hispanic community with the ITIN product as well too, which I really do think is probably one of the best ITIN products in the market right now.
I agree.
Right? So we got a 10% down option, we got a 15% down option. They're able to buy a multi-unit if they please as well too. So it's not only restricted just to a single family home. And I would say the third is just we're still kind of run like a family-owned business.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So like we have that commonality, you know, just like family. Sometimes you're not going to agree on certain things, but you can at least come back to the table,
Yeah.
right? And just kind of discuss everything and just kind of digest exactly what is the best solution. So that's always very helpful.
Yeah.
Right?
So talk about, like, last year was a crazy year. You actually had a great year. But talk about 2024. What are you most excited about now that we've turned the page to 2024?
Whew. What am I excited about? Obviously, there's going to be a huge refinance boom, right? A lot of my clients aren't going to need to refinance this upcoming year, but there's a lot of clients out there that Javi didn't help, that Javi didn't educate, right? So they're going to need refinances to go from that 8.125, 8.25, because they took an undiscounted rate, and be able to put them in a better position.
Big time.
So I see that opportunity there. I also see a lot of sellers who are going to be willing to divorce their interest rates, right? Once they see these rates come down, they're going to be a little bit more open to selling their property and maybe going ahead and expanding, using a bigger down payment. Because what a lot of people don't know is that these lower rates are going to create rapid inflation, right? So hyperinflation is what we call it, right? So I think that that's also going to be a catalyst as to why sellers are going to be more willing to sell, because the average appreciation rate is usually anywhere between 3 to 4%. When you're dealing with hyperinflation, like what we saw in 2020 and 2021, probably going to be looking at 10% appreciation in certain pockets of the country, right? So that's definitely going to be helpful. So I see a lot of opportunity. I see a lot of opportunity for growth. Right now, obviously, like I've stepped into a leadership role here with the bank, a little bit more prominent, right? So recruiting as well too, and just being able to help other loan officers out there, right? I think that there is a big gap in regards to mentorship. Like one thing is to mentor you how to do phone calls and stuff like that, but there's another mentorship in regards to how to really put in a puzzle together.
Deal making.
So deal making, I always kind of tell everyone that's really my bread and butter. Is I'm a really good architect of loans,
100%.
of just being able to put something together. And I think that you have a lot of these newer loan officers, right? When I say newer loan officers, I'm talking about people with maybe 2 or 3 years of experience, right? They just haven't seen enough yet, and they need some guidance. They need some help to be able to put that stuff together. So I think that that's going to be very helpful. So nothing but opportunity.
Yeah, right. It's exciting. So, I mean, Javi, to wrap it up, dude, you have grown so much, and growing here, and have just been a huge part of our growth, and just the way I've seen you help families, mentor people, right? It's just so heartwarming to see it grow. And I think now the sky's the limit, right? I think we've gotten through this weird period, and I think we've always been bullish, but now I think, you know, to your point, with the sellers, the rates don't matter as much, the appreciation. So to get their equity, we're gonna see properties on the market. I think it's just gonna be a gangbuster. So anyway, hey, sky's the limit. For Javier Garcia, Javi, thanks for joining, man.
Thank you very much, Bernie.
Great, brother. Thank you.